Oh, hi, folks. Welcome to another edition of An Hour with Bob. I had to bring this man back because he had just too much to talk about and not enough time. He's the most interesting person I've had on in quite a while. So I got to bring him back. He's Mike Levesque. He used to be the mayor. In fact, he was the first mayor of the former town of, I don't know if it's still a town, I'm going to ask him, town of the town of West Warwick. Did it become a city, Mike?
No.
It's still a town.
Yes.
But now you had a mayor. You're the mayor. You were the mayor.
Yes.
First mayor.
Yes.
Before that, there were what, town administrators, right?
Nope. Before it was just the council, just the town council.
They didn't have.
Nope. They didn't have
Because
full-time
other cities
government
usually
at all.
have.
Yeah. No.
A town manager or a,
Yeah. No.
right.
No, it was a town council form of government, and it was the first time that the town became a full-time government. Really.
So if you just had the council running the show, then it was the town president of the council who was the head guy then.
De facto signatory of the town. Yes. The
Yeah,
town
he was
council,
like the mayor almost.
Yeah, kinda had to make all the signatures that
Right.
mattered. Sure. Yeah. So it was a town council form of government, and the town council was the ultimate rulers of the government. And they had, department heads that worked under them, but it was, as you know, you've been in government a long time, it was a very inefficient form of government.
I'll bet it was.
It'd take you a month to get a street light put up, for God's sake.
Right. So what made them change? Because they finally realized how
Yeah,
bad off they were?
I think the change was that finally there was a focus on it, saying this is crazy, and then a bunch of us, I was included, formed a team, if you will, to collect signatures. We had a charter commission after the signatures were realized, and the charter commission voted to have a mayoral form of government, which was
Right.
put before the people, and the people voted to have a full-time government through an elected mayor. And I was fortunate enough to be elected the first mayor in the town of West Warwick.
Wow.
But it's still a town. And,
Yeah.
people don't realize there really is no difference. You can have a town with 10 million people,
Right.
and you can have a city with 100 people.
Right.
It's just what is in the charter, what you call it in the charter.
Right, and everyone's different. Like Cumberland's the town, right? Cumberland's still
Yes,
a town. And,
yes.
No, I think North Providence is too, isn't it?
Yeah, and a little city like Central Falls is a
Is a
city.
mayor. They
Yeah,
have a mayor.
of yeah. So it's just what you decide to call it in the charter.
right.
There is no. Most people think there's some kind of population requirement. If you reach
Right.
a certain population, you're a city. Or if you're a mayor, if you have a mayor, it's a city. It has nothing to do. It's all about the charter.
Right, and some of the biggest towns some of the biggest areas in Rhode Island are towns and not cities.
Yeah. Town of Coventry, the biggest
Biggest
landmass
right.
in
Biggest in
the
the state.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and they're still a town. Well, they don't have full-time government. They have a town manager, but they don't have an
What, they have
elected
4 or 5
official.
fire stations in that
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
Right?
Volunteers and yeah. So it's just the charter is the rule. It's the Bible.
Do you know in Coventry, when I was working with the lieutenant governor, now governor, we went around to the 39 communities 4 different times. Once for to go to the different manufacturers. We hit the 39 communities. Another time we went for the farms, 39 farms, all different things we went in. And one time we went to when we went to the farms, we found that there is a farm in Coventry that is hooked up with Ocean's cranberry juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's 2,800 acres of cranberries in Coventry, Rhode
Oh,
Island.
there's some beautiful farm. I mean, there's places, as you know, in Coventry. You swear to God, you're in the middle of Vermont. Just gorgeous.
yeah.
Horse farms, and Coventry's a beautiful
It
community.
is.
No question about it.
And there's an awful lot of villages,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
in
Village of
Coventry.
Green, yeah, sure. Yeah, beautiful town, no question about it.
Now, how does a Republican get elected in West Warwick? How'd that happen?
Outwork, outsmart, outspend. That was my motto.
Now, back in the day, wasn't West Warwick had a lot of Italians in West
Oh,
Warwick?
no question. It's always been the predominant ethnic group in West Warwick, followed by French Canadians like me. Yeah, the Italian community was always the prevalent community. Going back to when the town was formed in 1913, it was the Irish and Italians that really ran the show there. And again, viewers might not know, but West Warwick is the youngest community in the state of Rhode Island, and it was formed in 1913 when it broke away from Warwick. Yeah, and P.H. Quinn, Patrick Henry Quinn and the boys decided that...
An Irishman.
An Irishman. We have all the population, we have all the mills, we need our own town, and that's what they did.
Wow. Kind of like Virginia and West Virginia.
Yeah, they broke away and they were successful, and now West Warwick, I'm guessing, is around the 10th largest community in the state. Warwick always hovers second or third, depending on whether it's Cranston or Warwick. But you know, in those days, Warwick was predominantly Republican, the farmers, and the area of West Warwick, only 8.3 square miles, was predominantly Democratic.
Right, because of the mills.
And still, because of the mills.
The soap mill there. What is
Bradford
soap? Bradford soap.
Yeah. All the mills and, you know, the ethnics balance of the community. The Italians, obviously, were the biggest population, but French
Canadians came down there to work in the mills.
Down from Montreal to work in the mill, or
Same
Canada.
thing in Pawtucket.
Yeah, yeah. My heritage is from the mills in West Warwick, so both sides of my family gravitated from Canada towards the mills in West Warwick.
Well, my grandfather on my mother's side, his last name is Dugas.
Yeah.
And he was a Frenchman from Canada.
With his hockey stick and pea soup, right?
Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. So then you became wait a minute, first of all, how long were you the mayor?
2 terms.
2 terms.
Mm-hmm. And prior to that, I was Republican state chairman. So.
I was going to get into that, yeah. Now, Republican state chairman in the state of Rhode Island, it's got to be a tough job.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart. Let's
put
it that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, but in those days it was different. You know, you've experienced it, Bob. In those days you fought like hell, but then you went and had a beer together.
Right.
It wasn't vicious. It
like
wasn't,
this, it's awful today. U.S. politics is terrible today. Yeah. Terrible. What happened to the days of the Kennedys and even the Nixons? You know, they battled, but like you said, they'd have a beer after.
Reagan and Tip O'Neill.
I was just going to say Tip O'Neill.
Perfect example.
Exactly.
They'd go to war on the floor, and then they'd be at each other's office having a beer after.
Right, yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Exactly.
I wish we got back to those kind of days.
Nobody breaks away from their group, which is terrible.
Well,
that's
look
terrible.
How nasty it is now. I mean, people wishing death on people. People, you know, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm hoping that it changes. But I don't have great hope that it will. But you know, when I was Republican state chairman, nothing to do with me because it happened prior. When John Holmes was chairman,
I know John had been a guest on my show.
Yeah, John was the best, in my opinion, the best Republican chairman in my lifetime that we had. I followed him by 2 people, but that's when the Republican Party statewide was not only formidable, but could win any election. A governor, a senator,
won a lot of times
congressman.
for governor. Won several times for governor.
Yeah, and Claudine Snyder broke the mold for
Congress,
and Ron Makeley, and then we had Arlene Violet, of course, as Attorney General, Susan Farmer as Secretary of State, and the list goes on. And
Almond as governor, Chafee as governor,
Link Chafee,
Kacheri.
Yeah, so not that we had parity with the Democrats, but we were formidable, and we had the ability to win any seat.
Right.
But that's kind of changed a little bit, I'm sorry to say, and We haven't had a
And not for the better, by the way.
no, we haven't had a constitutional office holder in quite a while. I think probably Governor Kucheri was the last.
Right, right.
So can be competitive, but it takes an awful lot. And sorry to say, we're not competitive in a lot of hopefully that will change. I mean, when President Trump wins communities like Woonsocket and West Warwick.
That was crazy. That was crazy. He won
know.
40% of the electorate in the state of Rhode Island.
Yeah, I mean, so it shows that if you have a message that resonates,
Right.
people will go to the other side, and so there's there's certainly hope. So it's not an issue where it's impossible, but you got to be competitive. You got to have the right message. You got to have the resources.
You got
to
the
be
resources are
competitive.
the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. If you don't have the money, you got no shot.
No shot at all. No shot
Because
at all.
they'll just roll you over. you
Oh,
know?
no question about it. And that's been what the problem was with the Republican Party. But as you see nationally, President Trump, like him or hate him, and there's both sides of the aisle.
Sure, absolutely.
But he has reinvented the Republican Party into the working person's
Right.
party
He's
now.
flipped it on the
He
Democrats.
flipped it on the Democrats. Now the Democrat Party, I would argue, and obviously I'm from a different perspective of a lot of people, but I would argue that the
They're
Democrat...
more Republican they're what the Republicans used to be.
Yeah, and now you see the Democrat Party really run by the coastal elites and Hollywood, and now the far left, I would argue.
Right, absolutely.
Now you have...
And these PACs and these billionaires.
Yeah.
Most of Charlie Kirk, who
Yeah.
I never even knew existed
Yeah.
until about a month before he got killed,
yeah,
said that almost every billionaire in this country that was involved throwing their money in politics threw it to the Democrats,
yeah,
with the exception of Tesla, with the exception of
Musk.
Musk.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's coastal elites. It's Hollywood. It's if you look at an election map, you see the coastal states that
East and West,
went
yep.
Democrat, in the middle of the country
Right.
all went Republican, or most
Most
went
of them, yeah.
Republican. So it's a change I never thought I would see in my lifetime,
Right.
where working people are really gravitating towards the Republican and the young people. But so, you know, politics is a waiting game, and there's always cycles, and there's always
Right.
so. I think the future is bright for the Republican Party with the right leadership, and as you just said, Bob, you got to have the resources.
Yes,
to do
yes.
it. You could be the smartest guy, you could give the greatest speech. If you don't have the money to be competitive,
You
forget
don't.
it.
If
Go
you
home.
can't get your message out there,
Right.
you're going to lose.
Yeah, yeah. And Charlie Kirk, I never met him, I didn't know him, but boy, he could pack some stadiums with young people
Right, right.
that were yearning for something of value to be involved with, and he proved that he could turn out thousands and thousands of people.
Very
Had the right
smart guy.
message.
Very smart guy. My
No
God.
question about it.
And he wasn't even a college graduate.
No, no.
I don't think he went to college
You
at
know,
all.
I don't know.
Or he started college, but he didn't finish
yeah,
college.
yeah.
You know.
But he hit home with his message.
Oh, he sure did. Too much home.
Yeah,
That got him killed
yeah. Got him killed. Sad.
because he would take on. He'd go to the colleges and he'd take on. He'd put a microphone up there and he'd let them say what they want to say and he'd argue with them.
Yeah,
And almost every time he would tear them up.
yeah. Yeah, he's a bright guy. I've seen a lot of his speeches and presentations. He's the real deal. That I mean, who's going to replace him? I don't know. I know his wife is in the chair, but
No, she can't do it.
yeah,
She can't do it. She can't replace him.
yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Who's the guy? There's another guy that's around. I don't even know his name. He's always eating, and he talks while he's eating. You ever see him?
No.
Yeah. He's always eating
always
something.
eating?
He's always at some restaurant, and he talks, and he's almost everything he talks about is pretty damn logical. So the stuff he talks about.
Yeah, not Ben Shapiro, is it? No.
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 No. I don't know his name. I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah.
I've seen him several times.
Yeah.
And what amazes me is he's always digging into a sandwich or digging in with a fork, digging into food, and he'll stop in the middle of it and he'll say something, and then he'll take a bite of the food and roll his eyes.
His comfort zone, right?
Yeah. It's really good stuff, and he's on a lot
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Okay.
He's or Facebook. Actually, I see him on Facebook, but I'm sure he's on YouTube.
Hmm.
I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I look at all his articles, all his things, and
Yeah.
everything he talks about makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. Cool.
Now you did, besides being the chairman of the Republican Party, you also was the director of job training.
Yeah, after Governor DePreet got elected in his first term, he appointed me as Director of Job Development and Training. So I did that, and then I left that to become party chairman, and it was...
It was before, that was
yeah,
before.
it was
Okay.
one of those comical conversations with the governor that said, Mike, I have 2 jobs for you. And I said, Governor, what are they? He said, you can either stay at the job that you have right now, I like what you're doing, or you can be party chairman. And of course, being the loyalist that I was, Governor, at this time, what's the most important one for you?
Right.
He said, party chairman. And I said,
There you go.
end of conversation, Governor. Whatever you want me to do, that's what I'll do.
Right,
So
right.
that's how I became party chairman.
I get it.
Yeah.
In fact, back in the day, I was working for a mayor in Pawtucket, and he was going places. And there was a shot I could have taken a cushy city job, and he said, Bob, I don't want you to take it. He said, I'll give it to you if you want it, but I don't want you to take it. I want you with me.
Yeah.
He was going to run for governor or U.S. Senator,
Yeah.
but he got sidetracked, and that was Brian Searle.
Oh, yeah.
He was a sharp guy.
I want to know something? I always saw him in the governor's chair.
Absolutely, or
He
U.S.
had
Senate.
all the character,
Yep.
all the characteristics to do that, and well spoken,
Yep.
deliver a speech like no one else, bright as hell, and an all around good guy. And he got involved with something that a lot of our friends did in those days,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that unfortunately
Took him down.
took him down. But I liked Brian a lot. We were very friendly.
I was special assistant to the mayor at the time,
Yeah.
and we had made a deal. I owned a restaurant back in the day, Italian restaurant in Pawtucket called Venturini's.
There's
fact,
a
I had-
surprise.
Yeah. I had somebody come in one day and they said, "That's a beautiful name. How'd you come up with that? How did you arrive at that name?" I said, "I actually had nothing to do with it. It was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
great grandfather." But he came into my restaurant. He had just lost the election for mayor at the time.
Yeah.
And well, not just lost. He had lost it a few months earlier, but like 600 votes or something. And somebody told him, he told me, he said, somebody said to me, if I want to win, I need you on my side. Because that election, I didn't work for anybody.
Yeah.
So he says, what can I do to get you to help me the next time I run? I said, I'm not even interested. I got the restaurant now. I'm out of politics. He goes, no, I really want you to work with me. I said, I like that, work with you, not for you. He says, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I said to him, really? Okay, here's what I want. I want total freedom to do what I want, and I don't want to answer to anybody but you. He goes, well, what do you mean, why? I said, because I know people are stealing the gas out of the gas pumps over there, right? And I also know that there's a guy working in one of the garages that is going to bar rooms, and he's selling tires and he's selling batteries that he's stealing from the city or ordering from the city. And he also owns a Bronco, and the city doesn't have a Bronco on there in their inventory.
Yeah,
and he orders 2 new fenders, bumper, grill, side panels, and everything for the thing. I said, I want freedom because I hate a thief.
Yeah.
Nothing I hate more than a thief.
Yep.
Plus, I'm a taxpayer, and he's stealing from me.
Yep.
And these people stealing gas are stealing from me.
Yeah.
And I said, on top of it, I don't understand why you have one pump for high test. What vehicle needs to be high test gas in the city of Pawtucket, right? But actually it was for the guys that had the big cars, the caddies and the Lincolns that worked in some of the departments.
Yep.
I said, if you give me free access to go after these people, I said, I'll work your campaign.
Yep.
Now, I'm telling something that nobody that doesn't know me close doesn't know about this, but I'm telling you this now, and everybody else this now. That's the reason why I went to work for Brian Soul, and I love the guy.
Yep.
He was, other than, like you said, he ended up having a problem, and that's why he went down, and I really think he got the shaft, because
Yeah.
people say, well, you know, he's a politician, he should have went to jail, and he did. He spent 5 years in jail.
Yeah, he did.
But you know what else he lost that no other person would lose? If he was a plumber, he'd still be able to be a plumber.
Yeah.
If he was an electrician, he would have been able to be an electrician after he come out. He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
And
yeah.
he lost the right to be a lawyer.
Yep.
He lost his way of life.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah. Yeah. And total gentleman.
Exactly. And
Total
what
gentleman.
he did didn't have anything to do with
No.
his law practice.
A lot of our friends had that issue, and we saw a lot of friends hurt enormously, losing houses, losing families. Losing this, losing that.
Yep.
But he did his time. He came out of it, and got back in business,
He was selling trucks
selling trucks.
for Rodman Ford.
Yeah, but he never looked back. I don't think Brian has a mean bone in his body.
No, the nicest guy
Yeah.
you ever want to
Yeah.
meet.
Yep.
When he would finish his speech, he would come over to me, and we'd either walk out of the room or we'd go into the bathroom or something. He'd say, how'd I do? He always did. He always, because before his speech, I would videotape
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And I would critique him before any one of his speeches.
I could see that.
And we had a speechwriter who was very articulate, but overly with the big words.
I gotcha.
And I would take the speech and rewrite it.
Yeah, knock out the
Knock
big
out
words.
all these $10 words, right? And put it. And I said,
Yeah,
you're in
make it
the
plain.
local area here. You're
Plain,
not New
yeah.
York City.
Yeah, yeah.
And after every speech, he would always did it. He would come to me, go, how did I do? And critique him. Or
Yeah.
we go out and sit in the car or something to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I did this well. And I tell him, he liked me because I told him the way it was.
I'll let you.
And
And by the way, congratulations. You're about to be inducted in the Pawtucket Hall of Fame.
true words, yeah. Yeah, I was shocked at that, by the way.
No, I think it's great. Well, you're already in the Rhode Island Hall of Fame.
Right, yeah.
You're going to need a new cupboard for all your Oscars.
That was funny because I had some enemies in Pawtucket over the years because I made some people mad when I knocked off, when I ran the ward, against their ward committee, and I knocked off 5 of them.
Can't go on the field without ruffling a few feathers.
Right, yeah, yeah. It was, it's been interesting to deal with it, but again, dealing with Brian Sorota, about 2 months before he got caught, got taken out, I had told him, I said, Brian, if I see something wrong, I'm out of here. I've been hearing stuff, inklings. I don't really believe them, but if I really see something, I'm gone. So we were at an event, and this guy come up to me, and he said to me, tell Brian this. I said, he's right there. You go tell him. We're at a Sunday. We're at a post in Pawtucket. Everybody's outside eating. It's in July, and the guy kept it up. He goes, you better tell him if he doesn't do this for me, if I go down, he's going down too. You go tell him yourself. I'm not your messenger.
Yeah.
But the next day, Monday, I walked in, and again, my office was right next to his, but his was separate. I walked into his office, I closed the door, and I didn't even sit down. I said, Brian, this guy approached me, and he told me this and this. He goes, what? No. I said, Brian, if it's any of this is true, I'm out of here. Well, he denied it, of course. And I said, okay, I'm with you 100%. But again, if I see anything bad here, I'm gone. Well, don't you know, I found out that it was true. So I went down to the payroll, and I fired myself. Or Actually, I just told them, knock me
Yeah.
off the
Knock me
payroll after this
Yeah.
paycheck. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I ran into him that Friday night at the Portuguese Social Club, big time for him. He comes walking in with his wife. He's waving to everybody. I'm over at the corner. He spots me. He goes, in the bathroom we go. Checks out to make sure nobody in. They lock the door. He goes, what the F did you do? Who fires themselves? I said, I told you if I smelled a rat, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, no way, nothing. Oh, no. You go back. You're coming Monday. You come back in Monday. I said, no, I'm not. I'm all done. Well, 2 months later, I was in City Hall, and I didn't go back. I'm in City Hall, and I was helping a friend that had been planned for months trying to get me in to see the mayor. He had a business, and needed something taken care of. So I'm sitting with my friend in the office, waiting to see Brian Searle, and all of a sudden, he comes out of a door that they never used with two guys, and out they go. So I said to the secretary, I said, what's going on here? We got an appointment. He goes, I don't know. That's the day he got nailed.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sad case.
Yeah.
Sad case. Such potential.
Oh my God, he had tall, had the deep voice,
Yeah.
handsome guy,
Yeah.
had everything going for him.
Yeah.
Everything going for him. And again, he was susceptible to something, and it took advantage, it took hold of him, I should say.
Paid the price.
Right? Because he would have definitely been the governor or I think a U.S. senator, one or the other. And by the way, he had two guys wanting to take him down anyway.
Yeah.
You had Almond, who was a U.S. attorney, right, at the time.
Yeah.
And you had Sunland, who had lost twice for governor already.
Yeah.
So those two guys wanted him out of the picture.
Sure.
Because he could have beat any one of them.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll never know.
At least I think so.
Yeah.
So you got experience, city, state,
Yeah.
and the feds. You worked in the feds too. What did you do in the feds? You was Commissioner of Employment Policy?
Yep.
What was that all about?
So both President Reagan and then President Bush 41 appointed me as a U.S. Commissioner for Employment Policy.
Right.
That was a commission that had 7 or 8 people, and we oversaw all employment policy for the United States, so the Department of Labor and anything related to it was a very, working for President Reagan and President Bush 41 was a very special, as you can imagine.
I'll bet, absolutely. I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both.
So it was, you get to see firsthand how our federal government operates, and the Reagan administration, followed by Bush, 41, were exciting times in those days.
Sure.
President Reagan kind of set a new course.
Who was more articulate than him? My God.
Oh, he was, and he was as comfortable. He would be as comfortable sitting at the Modern Diner in Pawtucket as he would be with the Queen. You know what I mean? He was the same kind of guy, no matter where you went, and very disarming because he'd walk into a room, of course, command the room. He's the president of the United States, but just his way about him was very totally disarming. You sit there all rigid. Here's the president of the United States, and all of a sudden you're laughing, and
Yeah.
So that was a memorable occasion. So no, I enjoyed every minute of
Now,
that.
did you work in Washington then?
No, we traveled so much.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were always having meetings in different states and different. So no, I didn't have to move to Washington, which I didn't want to do, to be quite honest with you. So it was a fun experience.
I'll bet it was. Yeah, I would have loved to have that experience. No, I eat, drink, and sleep politics.
Well, you got all of it there.
Yeah, huh? What do you think's the state of the Republican politics or party in Rhode Island is?
It's we've got a good chairman. Joe Powers is articulate, good, but he needs a cavalry.
Right.
He needs a cavalry, and I know he's trying to build it. He's very capable. He's very articulate. He's out there in the media when he needs to be. He does a great job on
Right.
that. But it's like we talked about a few minutes ago, and that is without the resources. And it's, there are a lot of candidates coming forward right now.
Right. I don't see a candidate for governor yet.
Elaine Polino has announced that she's going to run. She's a newcomer.
Right. Now, what about her?
Her
Polino.
background is I think she's in acting background and writing background, new to the scene.
Is she a Rhode Islander? Or?
Yes. And then, of course, Ashley
Ashley?
Kalis is looking at.
Right.
Aaron Gukian is looking at it.
I know Aaron, yeah. He's been on the show.
Yeah. So there are at least 3 people right now that are,
Right.
one has announced, and there could be a couple more. And, other people for Congress, other people for Attorney General. So they're starting to filter out, but I'm hopeful that they'll all announce before the end, because a big mistake a lot of Republicans.
Too late.
Too
They
late.
get in too late.
They announce in June.
Exactly.
What can you raise and what?
In
Unless
2
you're
months.
personally
Or
wealthy.
3 months.
Yeah, unless you have money yourself, God bless you.
You
if
got to
do.
be in before December.
You have to. You have to. Absolutely have to. You have to start building your team. You
A
have
coalition,
to start building
whatever
the
you wanna call it.
coalitions. It's a difficult task, not impossible. It's been shown over and over again by Almond, Kacheri, Chafee, that it can be done.
Right.
And now, heading into a whole new world, really, like we just said, you got to get out early. You got to get out seriously, and have to start going to all the cities and towns. You have to start making yourself known if you're not known.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and there's no shortcuts.
No.
And there's
Well,
no.
there is a shortcut. If you got like $10 million,
Yeah,
that's the
you can
shortcut.
buy your way in. But,
Right.
But that notwithstanding, there's no magic potion other than hard work and raising money.
Like Buddy Cianci used to say, I go to an opening of an envelope.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Right.
Because
he was a Republican first, as you know.
no question. He was a prosecutor.
Right.
So Buddy was a character, to say the least.
Quite the character.
Oh.
I knew Buddy quite well, by the way.
He was
Yeah.
definitely a character. And, the business community also needs to step up, because there's some crazy bills being filed. Bills like, by the far left, that are filing bills like, we want to tax your worldwide wealth.
What?
Oh, yeah. We want to have it so that if you want to sell your business, you have to first offer it to your employees, and your employees can see multiple years of your books. There's all crazy stuff that they're looking at right now. But there is hope that I see, and that is there's a new group formed, the League of Rhode Island Businesses, filed by Dave Levesque, no relation, but we call each other cuz.
We have another Levesque too, right?
Yeah.
There's another Levesque that's well known.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's David. That's David.
David.
He runs Rude Awakenings, right?
Rude Awakenings, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the show a long time ago.
Yeah, but the league is getting traction. They're backing people on both sides. It's people don't even, the league doesn't even ask internally
Republican and Democrat.
Yeah, they just want to get common sense people.
Right.
And they're already having candidates. They're already financially supporting candidates. This could be one of the key efforts to bring sanity back to back to Rhode Island.
You go back to your West Fork roots.
Remember, I'm from L.A., and people say,
Oh, you are from L.A.
Mike, you're from L.A.? Yeah, Lower Arctic. That's where I'm from.
Oh, God.
It was
L.A. You got me there, kid.
I got you, Bob.
You got me there. L.A. Wait a minute. How the hell? How'd you get to L.A.?
Yeah, Lower Arctic.
Lower
That's where
Arctic,
I'm from.
huh? I'm from PA.
Yeah, from Pawtucket,
Well, that used to be the.
PA,
when
yes.
Instead of 7-2, it was PA.
PA, yep.
Your phone, your phone
Yeah,
number.
like West Warwick was Valley, Valley 1, Valley 2, Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's some good efforts going on in Rhode Island to try to change things, and hopefully it'll be successful, because Rhode Island doesn't benefit when there's crazies on the right or the left. It benefits when people are down the middle and
Right.
reflecting what Rhode Island
And
is
that
all
was
about.
what Biden was supposed to be projecting. He said he was going to do. He was going to bring
Yeah.
the middle, bring everything back to the middle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did not do that.
Yeah, no, he didn't. And, you know, that's what's missing. That's what we got to make sure happens, that regardless of the party, that we're in the middle representing
Right.
what really Rhode Island is, you know?
You know, I looked up, do you know that they give visas for people? They used to call this the melting pot of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
The United States, because they allow 15,000 Greeks, 12,000 Italians, 14,000 Frenchmen, all different nationalities come in the country. Do you know what the allocate or the a total amount that they allowed in this country, or allow in this country legally, is? 680,000.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
They used to allow 680,000 or 685,000, it might be, legally
Yeah.
for any nationalities. Yet they're bringing millions across the border from one, not nationality, but one language,
Yeah.
right? And that's where I have a problem with.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, my business life, I travel a lot, and I have not seen any country that has an open border.
I know, and they talk about it. Oh, got to have an open border. I mean, that is the nuttiest thing, especially after 9/11.
Absolutely.
You would think just the opposite.
And look at the price we're paying now, and we don't even know what the price is yet, because unforgivable to me, and it's hard to separate politics from this, but when you have 300,000 children crossing our border and you don't know where they are,
Right.
that is a scary, scary thing. And
For a lot of reasons.
oh,
Those kids could become susceptible to be
Trafficking.
trafficked.
and we don't know where they are, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like you just said, 20, 30 million people. How do we support them? How do we, you know, to me, it's probably the biggest crisis this nation has faced in a
Yep,
real long
yep.
time.
And that was sadly, supposedly done on purpose
Yeah,
to flood this country with illegals that would then become voters and over the years later, and build up the Democratic Party.
and build up the census, and build up the number of congressional seats, and build up. So, yeah, I mean, it's unforgivable. I don't know how else to describe it. And there are countries that would put you on the next plane if you didn't have the right.
Right.
You know, so we're unique in allowing that to happen.
Too much.
Yes.
In fact, Hungary, the country of Hungary, which I've been to a couple times, when they had that Syrian crisis, when
Yeah.
the Syrians were leaving the country
Yeah.
and going everywhere, and the Iraqis were leaving the country, they put up barbed wire. They wouldn't let anybody in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
I mean, that's the extreme, though.
yeah. Yeah.
But
try to get into
again-
Mexico without paperwork.
Yeah, huh?
Forget
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And as this guy who I don't know that does the thing, eating and talking, he talks about stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
you can't go into Mexico,
Oh.
or you could burn the American flag and nothing would happen to you.
Yep.
But if you burn somebody else's flag, you're going to be punished.
Yeah, in a lot of countries,
Irreparably.
you even say bad things about the leadership. You're going to
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So I mean, we're just in Looneyville. We're the Looneyville.
And I don't understand why they have a problem with when our military blows up a boat full of cocaine, and they're saying that they don't have due process or whatever. I mean, these people speeding up the coast trying to get here. In one case, they nailed a boat full, supposedly $400 million worth of drugs.
When when the far left cares more about drug dealers than they do about children and kids dying in the United States because of drug trafficking, that tells you all you need to know about where they're coming from.
Right.
Or when they care more about people that are being let into the country, and I'm all for people coming in legally. Well, I think we all are.
Absolutely.
It adds to the whole dimension of what the United States is, and always has and always will. But when they start taking the sides of murderers and child rapists and over law-abiding, then something's very wrong.
And you've got to have accountability. You've got to know who's coming in the country.
Have to.
And it amazes me that after 9/11, when 19 people come into this country, and they lived here for 2, 3, 4 years, supposedly, before they actually got on those planes and flew them into the World Trade Center. These people are coming in. You don't know who's coming in now.
No.
You have no idea the people that are coming across the. And you know the other thing, I've always said, I've made this prediction before. It's 2025. By 2050, first of all, we don't have a national language. We are one of the few countries in the world that does not have a national language, right? Mm-hmm. I predict by 2050 we will have a national language, and it will not be English.
It will not be English. Well, it's, I mean, there are so many things that need to be straightened out. And again, I know the viewership is split down the middle, really, or perhaps tilted a little bit more to the left than the right.
Right.
But I think President Trump has made great strides in starting to bring us back to normalcy.
Right.
In immigration, in defense, in just look at how his recent visit to the Middle East and his recent visit elsewhere has brought back national pride, how respected we are by other nations again.
Right.
I mean, I remember the sight of, and when I travel overseas, if you badmouth our president, whether it's Biden, Obama, or Trump, you have a problem with me because I'm going to defend our country and defend our president.
Right.
But the view of President Biden, unfortunately, internationally, was not like we'd like to see how our president was treated. I remember him waiting on a tarmac for a foreign visitor to receive him. That never happens, and that will never happen with President Trump.
Right, right.
So, I mean, there's a lot to be done, but there are good things happening. When I saw the Abraham Accords, I was there in Abu Dhabi when the Abraham Accords were being signed by different nations, and I get on my plane to come back home, and there's an Israeli plane landing in Abu Dhabi airport. And I never thought I'd see that in my life.
Right, yeah.
And so a lot of good things have happened from the Abraham Accords. A lot of good things are happening now, settling wars and conflicts that I never thought would be settled. So we have a lot of good things that we can talk about. I just hope that we keep making progress and not going backwards.
Well, I was going to get into that. Your recent article with the Go Providence, Go Local Providence. I see a picture of you with a Prince.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Prince Al Turki.
And we're going to put that up. We're going to put that
Prince,
up.
Prince Turki Al Faisal. Yeah. So Prince Turki is the grandson of the late King Faisal, or some pronounce it Faisal, some pronounce it Faisal. But he and I both spoke at Harvard recently about doing business in the Middle East. He was the headliner, obviously. I'm just a kid from LA that's speaking at Harvard. Lower Arctic again.
Yeah.
Prince Turki was the ambassador to the United States, ambassador to Great Britain and Ireland, head of intelligence for the Saudis. He was a keynote speaker. And
this is the guy you were with.
Yeah, he's who I was with. So now, because of the progress, I mean, President Trump got $1 trillion commitment from Mohammed bin Salman, who is the Crown Prince and also the Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, he got a commitment for $1 trillion. So my question is, and why I wrote about it in Go Local was, why not Rhode Island? What are we doing to, and I asked His Royal Highness Prince Turki, what are you looking for? I mean, what are the commodities? What are the programs? What do we got that we can offer? Yeah. So and his answer was startling. He said, we're looking for everything. It doesn't have to be AI. It doesn't have to be defense. It doesn't have to be oil. So my point is, why not Rhode Island? We've got some of the key defense industries in Rhode Island.
Exactly.
We've got some of the key industries in Rhode Island. Certainly, few places can compare with Newport in beauty and with old world style and sensibilities and all of the mansions.
And history and ancestry and all that stuff.
All the mansions. We have, I don't know how many billionaires that live in Newport. So I'm trying to get His Highness to come to Newport. That's what I'm trying to do. And so I've met with a lot of people, and you know, their time when they come here is so limited to seconds, really. And His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman is coming on the 18th, but he's going to Washington. So I'm hopeful that with my relationship with...
You can get him to make a side trip?
I don't know if that's possible, but certainly at another time.
How about getting the governor to go meet him?
Yeah, when he's in the U.S., have a little side, or even His Royal Highness Prince Turki Al Faisal, for him to come to Newport and visit and see what we have to offer. Because we have to offer more than most states do.
Sure do.
And it's time we started playing on the international level with people like Saudi Arabia, with people like the United Arab Emirates and Qatar and others. Why not? We can't, even if we get a no, we're still going to be in the game in their atmosphere.
Right, in their eyes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So why not?
Now, how many times have you gone over there to the Mideast?
Oh, probably well over 30 times.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I want to go. I told you. I want to go with you one time.
I'm going to get a pension over there if I go.
Yeah, you keep going, huh?
But yeah, well
Dubai,
over 30.
how many times have you been to Dubai?
Oh.
Everybody I talk to loves Dubai.
Oh, Dubai is Disneyland for adults. Probably, well, I usually go to Abu Dhabi, which is only an hour from Dubai by car. So I've been to Dubai, I'm guessing at least 20 times.
Wow.
And I've been to Abu Dhabi over 30 times. And I've been to Qatar, I've been to Bahrain, I've been to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia many times. So it's not...
Now, do you go, when you fly, where do you fly into?
So because I stay in Abu Dhabi all the time, I go from Boston to Doha, Qatar, and then it's a little puddle jump from Qatar over. But you can go direct from Boston to Dubai. But because I stay in Abu Dhabi, there's no direct flights to Abu Dhabi. So I have to go through Doha.
And then when you get there, is it all driving? Are they that close?
To Dubai? Oh, yeah.
No, to Dubai or to Saudi Arabia? Or?
No, usually you take a plane. It depends on where you go in Saudi Arabia. So
yeah, it's a big country.
Yeah, Riyadh is definitely a plane trip. Dammam, where Aramco is a little closer. But yeah, no, you take the only place that I drove to other than the Emirates, the 7 Emirates, is Oman. You can drive to Oman.
Right.
But most people take a plane. It's just a quick little flight, and it's easy, it's inexpensive, and it's fun.
And the planes are nicer too, aren't they?
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Compared to the planes, domestic planes
the
in the United States.
service is unbelievable.
I know. I've been in international flights
so
before, and I'm like, wow, what's the difference here?
You know what, Bob? The first question I always get when people know that I've been there a lot is, it safe? And I say,
I was going to give you that.
Is it safe? It's safer than Chicago. If you drop your wallet in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, you'll have 10 people running up to you saying, sir, you dropped it. Here it is, here it is, here it is. There's no crime, there's no gangs, there's no crime, because they'll put you on the next plane. You'll be out of there.
Right.
Or
you'll be in jail
or you'll be in
bad shape too.
So it's They're the most gracious people in the world. They are very welcoming. Where you're in business, I'm in business. Where we take people out, we'll go get a steak and a baked potato and a salad,
Right.
and we'll be done in an hour. They'll take you to a place where you'll be in 3 hours
Really?
having dinner, and you'll think you're all done, and then another course comes, and you say, "Oh my God, do I have to eat all that?"
Yeah.
And the food is great. I mean,
Right.
it's not like it's bad. But,
Really?
But yeah, most people want to go to Dubai, and it's Disneyland for adults. Everything's brand new, and what I like about it is you're Italian. If you go to an Italian restaurant in Dubai, the chances are 99 to 1 that restaurant was a restaurant that was in Rome or in somewhere in Italy, where one of His Highnesses, and there are many of His Highnesses, that went there, loved the food, and say, "We want you to put one in Dubai."
Really?
Oh,
Yeah? Yeah.
So, the French restaurants, all ethnics, all very safe, all very good.
How are the prices in the restaurants?
So the restaurants and the hotels are very similar to ours.
Right.
They're about the same price. The only thing that is super expensive is land. So one of the projects I worked on was
Land?
Land, yeah. So it was with Viacom. Viacom, which is MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, Paramount
Right.
Studios, were thinking of being involved in a hotel in Dubai. And my job was to get His Highness to participate in it, so that he would be a partner in the project. And the reason is that land costs are probably between $20 and $30 million an acre.
Wow.
So if you wanted to build a hotel, you needed 3.5 acres. You're out of the box with a lot of money, unless
Wow.
you got one of His Highnesses to participate in the project,
But making them a partner, in other
making
words.
them a partner, and the land would be free.
Right, yeah. Well, not really.
Well, not really. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Believe me, they if you drop a nickel, they'll hear it, and then they'll spend $10 million like it's you and I spending $1 for a coffee.
Really?
That's just crazy. But they're nice people, and
Yeah.
what I like about it most is we're still a gold standard to them, which is pretty cool.
Right, exactly.
The U.S. is the gold standard.
Right.
And it's still pretty cool.
And I understand the malls are fantastic
Oh
over
my God.
there.
Well, in one of the malls, in the Emirates Mall in Dubai, you can ski. And I'm not talking about a little ski run.
You can ski?
Yeah, they have skiing in the mall. And it's a quad chair. It's so big.
Is it like the Mall of America?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
It's very similar to U.S. malls. Matter of fact, now, probably starting pretty soon, you walk in the mall in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, it's all dressed up in Christmas lights and Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they respect our religion, no question about it.
So, and there's no dress code. When you're over there, you can wear your regular clothes.
Yeah.
You don't have to get in a robe?
No. No.
I can see that.
Yeah, no condoras for me. But no, they're very respectful. They're old school. They're very formal, so you have to wear a suit when you're meeting with one of His Excellencies.
That's all. I like that.
Or His Highness, but they have very much relaxed their own code. Before, if they went into a restaurant or what have you, they had to have their headscarf and their condoras.
Right.
But now they're allowed to if they feel like wearing Western clothes, they can do that.
Yep.
You know,
How about the woman?
The women? It's a matter of respect. So if you're you don't have to be from a royal family, but an affluent, well, they're all affluent, but if you're from an important family,
Right.
out of respect for their father or their grandfather or their uncles, or they will wear, in women it's called an abaya, the gown, and then the headdress is called a shayla. So they will wear that. They won't be fully covered. They don't do that. Most don't do that. Some do.
Right.
But they will be covered out of respect for their
Sure.
family. And then most occasions you'll see them in, they'll have $10,000 worth of clothes on between their watches and their clothes.
Right. Yeah.
But they're very westernized, and you see guys with with the guys at Condora, with the Condoras and New York Yankee hats or Red Sox hats.
No
on.
kidding.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
Wow.
It's a
Hey,
nice-
before I forget, you're a realtor, right?
Yes.
What kind of realty?
Yeah, I only do really like commercial, and it's only once in a while. It's occasional.
Right.
I get involved in a couple of 3 deals a year. I still have my realty license, so it's something I enjoy doing. I've been doing it for 30 years, but it's not my full-time job.
Well, I'm thinking about selling a couple properties and buying, but I'm going to get killed with a capital gain. So the 1031 exchange is
Yeah,
a
there you go.
possibility, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the 1031 is pretty convenient for a lot of people that don't want to pay the capital gains.
Right,
And
right.
so prevalent, and every agency that does real estate uses it. And there's some real good agencies in Rhode Island, no question about it.
Right.
And some tied to the big boys in New York and California and all that.
Right, right. Final question.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the governor's race?
Oh boy, you got me on the spot, my friend. Being a Republican, obviously, I'm hopeful we're competitive.
Right.
And I think we'll have people. Ashley Kayla spent almost $5 million
I know.
last time, so she's got the guts to do it.
But her husband's going to back her.
Yeah, well, that's the question.
He's got to do a lot of plastic surgery to pay
Yep.
for that.
On the Democrat side, I'm friendly with all 3 of them that are
Right.
thinking about it now. Dan McKee and I have been friends for a long time. When
Me
he
too.
was mayor and
Yep.
I was mayor, and well, I was mayor before he was mayor. I'm older than he is a little. Oh no, I don't.
No,
know
you're
if I'm-
not.
No, I'm not. But anyways, and I'm really good friends with Joe Shikachi. He's probably the person that would probably, because he has such a fundraising edge right now.
Right. You
and
think he's going to go, though?
you know what? I think he almost has to take a serious look at it now, because that window only opens certain times. He's
Right.
the speaker now.
Right.
There's only a certain shelf life in Rhode Island to being speaker.
Yep.
And Joe is very well liked, and Helena Folks is a very, very sharp woman.
She is. She is.
So who knows what's going to happen on that side, but one thing I know is that if it turns into like the old days of
a battle.
a battle, it could hurt the Democrats coming out of that primary.
Right, exactly. It could
Yeah.
benefit the Republicans.
Yes.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, it's a
you
pleasure.
spent the whole hour with Bob. You
This-
got
this-
short change last time.
You know what?
That's why I brought you back.
This is my lucky day, buddy. Oh, it's a pleasure.
Well,
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank
And
you,
thanks for
sir.
spending an hour with Bob.
You know what? Not many things I'd rather do than that, my friend.
Thank you very much. And folks, thank you for spending an hour with Bob. Until next time, see you.